So what does the Constitution say? Well, the Constitution empowers government to do its proper role, protect the lives and the property of the people who formed the government in the first place. The Constitution of the United States is a very short document, but when it went through the states for ratification, there were some men amongst different states who said that it would be better if we had a statement of what we believe our rights to be, rather than just let anybody presume what are the rights that we've talked about in the Declaration of Independence. And so a pact was made, and the pact was we get the Constitution ratified, and after we get it ratified, then we'll add to it a statement of what we believe our rights to be. Well, those were amazing days. The politicians kept their promise. And so the Bill of Rights was added to the Constitution. And there's the Bill of Rights, the entire Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. Men of very few words, but very important words. Now, most people know what's in the Bill of Rights. They know about freedom of press and freedom of assembly and freedom to speak and the right to keep and bear arms and so forth. But I hear people all across the United States refer to their First Amendment rights and their Second Amendment rights and so on. And I always say, no, wait, please don't use that type of phraseology. That's not correct. You didn't get any rights at all from the First Amendment. You didn't get any from the Second, Third, Fourth, or Fifth. Remember, men are endowed by their Creator with rights. And so the purpose of the Bill of Rights is not to grant you anything, but simply to say government cannot take it away from you. And that's the phraseology. The First Amendment begins by saying Congress shall make no law. And that's the philosophy of the Bill of Rights. Congress shall make no law in this area and this area and this area and this area because those rights transcend any power of government. The rights were given us by God. And so they did. That's what they said. Congress shall not, shall not, shall not, shall not. And I always like to say all the way up to the marvelous 10th Amendment that says if we forgot anything, you can't do that either. Right? That's the Bill of Rights. Well, the Constitution was in place. The American people saw that government was limited, and when government is limited, people are free. If government power begins to grow, people's freedom begins to recede. It's just like a balance scale, and it has always been that. But here in our country, people were free, and so what did they do? Well, they worked hard, they produced, they found out that they were able to keep the fruits of their labor. Nobody has ever come up with a better incentive to produce than that you be able to keep the fruits of your labor. And so they did. They went to work, they far outstripped many of their wild imaginations. And America became the leading producer in the world, the most powerful nation eventually, and it's all traceable to keeping government down and letting the people be free. And so that's what we want in America. That's what we like. That's what we would like to see restored, especially limiting the power of government according to the Constitution. Because if the Constitution of the United States were fully enforced, the federal government would be 20% its size and 20% its cost. We'll talk some more about that as we proceed. Now, I like to define it even more deeply than that.